The older brother, you have to set an example. Anybody who has beef with my brother, you have beef with my brother, it's on site. On site. I don't care if you're in the club, I don't care if you're in the supermarket,
and
if you're on the street. I don't care if you're with 10 of your boys, I'll roll up strapped. On site. Bum, bum, bum. All of you, fuck you, on site. Your beef with my brother is on site. That's it.
Having an argument with a feminist, and she was saying that we need to teach men not to rape. And I said, my dear, I love how idealistic you are, but I am realistic. Men are already taught not to rape. She's like, no, we need to go and change language at school and rewrite history and do all the shit they're trying to do, make men weak, because they think that weak men don't rape. But I said, no, people already understand that rape is wrong. Unfortunately, human nature, some people don't care about doing wrong things. We should teach people not to steal, but they still steal. Would you agree that everyone says don't steal? The Bible says don't steal. The Quran says don't steal. Schools say don't steal. Everyone says don't steal. People still steal. So if I were to take $1 million in cash and walk down the street at night in the worst part of town holding it, to a degree, I would have some responsibility. When I got robbed, the police would come and say, why did you do that? People would say, Andrew, why did you do that? You have to protect yourself from things. You can't just rely on the ideological hope that other people in the world are going to be perfect and infallible. Andrew, what do you think about AI? Do I look like I know about robotics and AI? And my answer is always the same. That shit matters to you because you're far too close to the average. If AI is being trained by all the conversations on the internet, AI is going to end up as what? Average. So if you're average, guess what? You're fucked. You can no longer just be a mid-tier dickhead. You can't be that person anymore. Being the average person means you have to live in an area of crime. It means you have to operate within a realm where the government can destroy you. It means your job can be replaced by a fucking computer. Being a normal dude sucks.
I once tried to work night shifts and I was missing kickboxing training, and he said, nope, night shift's more money, work day shift. Gotta do your kickboxing. I was like, yeah, bro, but I need money. He was like, money? What good's money if you get knocked the fuck out on the street? Yesterday was my birthday, and me and Andrew, what did we eat on my birthday? Why did we eat KFC? Because when I was 21, me and Andrew used to have no food. I used to drive my broken Volkswagen Golf to the KFC restaurant in Dunstable, United Kingdom, and I used to sit in my car. And you couldn't ever eat anyone's leftover food if they ever had their mouth on it. But at KFC, they used to buy buckets. And I would sit and wait for people to sit outside, eat their meal, and leave the bucket on the table. And I used to go and take that bucket, 3 or 4 pieces of chicken. And I used to collect 20, 30, 40 pieces of chicken that were perfectly fine left in the buckets. And I used to go home and I used to freeze that chicken. And me and Andrew would break it up, put it in our rice, and that was our meal. That's what sustained us for that hard year. That year we had when I was 21 and you were 22. That's how broke we were.
She accused me of a crime.
Emotional or psychological manipulation.
I've asked you a question and I've allowed you into my house.
I'm asking you a question.
Correct, but you're not the boss here because I've allowed you into my house.
I'm asking you the question.
Correctly, and I'm telling you.
You get to decide the answers.
No, we're equal here. I've allowed you into my house. You don't come here with a position of authority. I'm doing you the favor as legacy media, giving you relevance by speaking to you. And I'm telling you now, this Sophie, which the BBC has invented, which there's no face of, nobody knows who she is.
The BBC did not invent.
Of course not. And because you never invent anything. And she's not filed criminal charges against me. What are we talking about here? What is she saying?
Talking about emotional manipulation into the sex industry for your financial gain.
Absolute garbage. She has not filed this person, if they exist, has not filed criminal charges against me. I welcome anybody who believes I've harmed them, male or female, any point in the past to file criminal charges against me. I will fight them. I know who I am, and I know what I've done, and I know the truth, and I know that I'll be found innocent of this attack. The reason I'm being attacked is because of my massive influence, not because I've ever hurt anybody. I had very strange offers.
Can you share any of them?
Phone numbers appear from nowhere, WhatsApp conversations. I have no idea who this person was or how they got my number, inviting me to very private parties in very private places. I had my own phone calls played back to me. I've answered the phone before, and it's a recording of me on the phone. That's all it is.
Wow.
This is the reality of the world I'm now living in. So, yeah, there's things that have happened that have been like, Andrew, you better shut up. word of the day. Cash! And I wake up, first thing I do, I grab my phone, bitches, hoes, cancel all that, and I check the bank. And guess what it's full of? Cash! This house, ironclad, with a bat fucking cage. What did I buy it? Cash. $35,000 watch, cash. I ain't playing games. I got fit hoes in the pimp game. I got Bitcoin on the blockchain. Mr. Cash. People come along and go, I'm asset rich, my assets. Assets? I got cash. Let's look over here. Let's have a conversation about the Aston Martin V12. 6 liter, only 175 in the world, special edition. Most of them are in car collections. Mine's out here on the streets. Lamborghini Huracan. It's reflective. I went into Porsche, bought a 992, then sent it to Germany, spent extra money on the body kit, the power kit, upgraded it, and I did it all in fucking cash.
I was making between 1,000 and 1,500 British pounds every week. I was the company's top salesman. I was working 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. And one of the most telling points in my life, in mine and Andrew's, I guess, origin story, is Andrew turned around to me one day when I got home and he said, you know, bro, I'm just going to start selling for insulated conservatories. I'm going to get your job. We'll combine our money. We'll be on £3,000 a week. It's not bad. I looked at him in the eye. I said, Andrew, you can't do that. You can't accept that job. You can't come work for my company, because once you do, then that's who we're going to be. You've got to think of something better. You do your training, you do your fighting, you're exhausted all day. Take the time, spend the day thinking, researching, and find something better. I'm going to go and make the money. I'm going to make sure that our heads stay above water. And that's one of the most important decisions we ever make.
I always knew I had the best brother in the world, but he proved it in jail, and I'll tell you why. My brother was put in jail for being my brother. He hasn't said anything on the internet. He hasn't said any of the things I've supposedly said. Why was Tristan Tate in jail? Because it's Tate brothers. So they just took him and threw him in a cell. When I got out of jail, so many people near me got heat. They were calling everyone who's ever known me, and ex-girlfriends got heat, and all these people got heat. And some people complained, some people didn't. But some people were like, oh, since you've been in jail, it's been so stressful for me. The media's outside my house. It's stressful for you. I was in jail. And I sat there, I said to Tristan, you got thrown in jail purely for being my brother. And never for a fraction of a second did you even moan. Not even for a fraction of a second did he say, oh, they only put me here because of you. Why am I here? Nothing. He said the absolute opposite. He said, I am so glad I went to jail with you. If they're going to lock you up, they better lock me up. And there was a time, about 2 months in, because there's less media pressure on Tristan, they were talking about releasing Tristan first. And he was saying no. And he was telling the guards, I won't leave. Keep me here. I'm not leaving. And they said, the judge said you have to leave, you have to leave. But then I will stand outside the gate. I ain't leaving this jail. That's a brother for me. I preach hard work, discipline. I'm an athlete. I preach anti-drug. I preach religion. I preach no alcohol. I preach no knife crime. Every single problem with modern society, I'm against.
But
I'm teaching young men to be disciplined, to be diligent, to listen, to train, to work hard, to be exactly like me. And I'm saying that if men grew up like me, which are hardworking and diligent and some emotional control and stoic, we're going to have a better society, not a worse society. To sit here and say that schools in England, which is a failing nation, which has knife crime going through the roof, violence going through the roof, men's mental health going through the roof, and they're going to all blame me because I appeared on the internet 1 year ago.
You sell an image of success.
Disingenuous. It's disingenuous.
You sell an image of financial success with a Bugatti and a cigar, but it comes with a side order of misogyny.
How does having a Bugatti and a cigar come with misogyny?